Welcome back to Cryptocurrencies channel, guys. In today's episode we are going to discuss about 19,000 USD per one Bitcoin. I guess you didn't expect this 6 months ago or something like that. Let me know in the comment section down below how do you feel about the markets, because it is important to determine where we are on the road to the new bull cycle. So we're going to discuss about that in this episode. What's happening with the Bitcoin, what should you expect actually in the future, and what you should watch, right, to see what could potentially happen with the Bitcoin in the future. And now let's begin. So here is the chart, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to give you the most objective analysis over here, because we are in that situation right now. Yeah, objective situation. We cannot anymore depend on recent support that we had. So we need to put everything in perspective and see where the Bitcoin is. As you can see, we are in one of the pennant, and it seems like we broke it over here. This is my drawing, and this is what I'm also following all the time. You can see that the last videos we did for the Bitcoin was approximately over here on this green candle, I think, or somewhere approximately here when I went to vacation. And after that I didn't do any videos because I wasn't able to do normal TA on my computer with that internet there. So as you can see over here, if we switch to the daily chart, just very short recap, you can see that Bitcoin tried to actually get some consolidation over here and breakout above this ascending triangle. Ascending triangles usually have 70 to 75% even breakout to the upside. Unfortunately, we break to the downside as a continuation pattern. So this was acting as a continuation pattern, not as a reversal pattern. Why? Well, simply and easily enough to explain is because we came from the uptrend. So we are into the downtrend, and that's why the chances for the downtrend are for continuation for the downtrend is or let's say are bigger. So you can see that actually happened. Bitcoin managed to break to the downside. Both of these supports, as you can see, even this over here, this flat support, so 3 supports has been broken over here, and since then we are dropping like crazy. So now the important stuff are on the weekly chart, so that's something that we're going to be focused on, and I'm going to give you even more objective things to watch in the next days, hours, and even weeks. First, we broke the market structure over here that Bitcoin had and has been building since pretty much 2 years already, and you can see that right now we are below one very important level. You probably heard from other YouTubers, and yes, it is important. That's why everybody are mentioning, and I'm going to give you some informations about that. You can see that 200 weekly simple moving average over here is acting as a best support for the Bitcoin when it's needed, right? You can see over here February 2019 we had 2 bounces, perfectly good bounces in respect of this moving average. Also, we had that situation with COVID and everything. We managed to dip below this 200 and then get above immediately. Literally week after we got above this moving average, so it still acted as a support, even so we had some sort of a flash crash, and that's mostly because of that panic or black swan event or whatever you want to call it. You can see that we quickly got above it and then continue into the big bull market, which lasted pretty much long time. Well, we can say 1.5 years, and if we count this one, pretty much 2 years almost. So the next thing I want to mention over here is what you should expect. So now we are coming back into the present, and I'm going to try to give you as best picture as possible. Something that is possible to happen, the one scenario that could potentially happen is this scenario over here that could surprise many, because we have dropped off 18,000.9 and there are not many people left to actually sell on these levels. So there is a possibility that we can get a bounce above 22,000. We're still going to be in bear market, but still the bounce and the bottom could be in if we do that. How could we do that? Well, that's the bad part that I want to discuss with you. So if we take this trend line, you can see that we're going to have this important level, which is 12 $12,000 approximately, and also we have 13.7. Except that we don't have anything left. Even this 20 over here is not so meaningful. You can see that we are still trading on 18, 19, so we are dropping below this very easily, and that's not something that I'm so positive about. So what could potentially happen with the Bitcoin? One of my theories are that we may actually make 1 week over here to get weak these levels and then get above these levels quickly above 20 weekly exponential moving average. Now remember, this is the weekly chart and it takes weeks to play out, and that's why I'm telling you today we are going to tomorrow we're going to see close of this candle over here. So it's very important to see how and where this candle is going to close. We still have 1 day and few hours, so if this candle manages to close over here with a long wick, for example, we get retraced above 200 and rest is the week over here. As you can see, the rest should be the week over here, this black over here. Well, that could be a good sign, good news, because we could see potentially a situation that happened over here, that this 20 weekly exponential moving average is still strong to hold us and push us back to try to get into the bull market in the next month. So yeah, it's gonna take months before we see uptrend for the cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin market. And you need to understand also that the Bitcoin is dependent of the S&P 500 and DJI. So if we go to S&P 500, you can see that we are seeing the similar pattern. So S&P and the Bitcoin are pretty much the same chart. As you can see, there are not big differences at all, except the S&P still has chances to retest 200 weekly moving average, and it's question if we're going to actually bounce from here as well, because this crash already is a little bit more serious. So that's I'm telling you, first you want to watch the S&P 500 because Bitcoin is the asset class of risk. So it depends of the risk of people, of the people wish to invest into the risky assets, which are very, very volatile, and you can see what Bitcoin is doing. Right now we have 6 extreme fear on the fear and greed index, as you can see, and that is also telling you that we're not going to see uptrend anytime soon. However, big boys are watching this as a contrarian signal, and maybe they are going to start buying once they see the bottom forming. So first, in order to see bottom forming, we need to see stabilization in the price. We need to get above 200 weekly simple moving average, and that could only happen if we somehow capitulate with some sort of a wick over here. When we see madness of the people from their eyes, you can see that in the comments, literally on Twitter, on YouTube, angry. They are literally angry on the price. They're going to start selling also. They were holding here, and all of a sudden they're going to like just pop like a melon, and they're going to start selling, which big boys can actually use that opportunity to squeeze them out and just push price to the upside. That happened over here, ladies and gentlemen. That happened over here. Actually, this was more like high low situation, but still it was very, very good situation for the for squeezing the shorts. And as you can see, the same thing could happen. Now we are in the middle of this candle, and we cannot say anything more than that until we see the close. So we need to see close tomorrow. We can do a video about that. It's going to be interesting. And then we're going to see the next week. The next week is going to be very important, so you want to watch next week candle and as well daily, how the daily is acting. Very important thing is that we don't have any more support to the downside, ladies and gentlemen, except over here maybe $14,000, which I don't think it would hold much if we're going to visit it, but I do believe that already $12,000 could be a capitulation zone, and that could push price to the upside, either violently, either we're going to build up until we get above 200 simple moving average. So that's what you want to watch. The big wick, if that happens, we could have V-shaped bottom, because right now I cannot tell you anything else because we don't have floor below us, and I think that the dropping toward these levels are now more likely. I wasn't so pessimistic when it comes to the Bitcoin price that it is going to go below these levels. However, it did happen, so now we need to change our opinion and watch what is the next step. So watch 200 simple moving average and also watch S&P 500, because that could give you that could be actually early signal for the Bitcoin as well. And also what you can do is you can draw here some sort of a trend line, as you can see, and watch it, because as you can see we're far away from it. So we need to get above 200 weekly moving average. We need to revisit this trend line. Is going to be important, and then if we break it, well, we may get into the bull market again. It's going to take time, because as I said on the beginning, it's weekly chart, so it takes weeks and months to play out such a situation. And again, first follow the S&P 500 and then turn your page onto the Bitcoin, because that is something that is going to save you a lot of struggle and time. So I think this is it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about the markets? Are you angry or pretty much are positive about the Bitcoin? And until the next update, happy trading and goodbye.